Hello everyone, whether you are live or on recording. It's so great to be here with you. Today, I want to really drop in and dive into the being that is your business. So for the liberation calls, I was asked if there's anything that you should prepare for them. And I will always say, no, I'm not going to tell you about the liberation call because the whole part is to be fully present and open to what comes through. And if we are preparing for XYZ, right, we get very in our masculine, very in what should I have written down? What should I do? And the whole point of the liberation calls is to fully be in your body and let what wants to come through come through. And there's been a trending theme lately about really releasing the things that are very resistant in our bodies and going fully into like what we know our soul is calling us to. So I want to start with this, and I will keep saying it, that your purpose has already been fulfilled. You have nothing to fix, you have nothing to heal. You are the full embodiment right now in this moment of everything. And it is simply about remembering. There is a divine remembrance of all of the codes that you were born with, and they just happen to get distorted by other people's belief systems, by what we're told to be, what we're told not to be. Even from when we're a child, when we color, you see children color with these like magical colors on pictures, and they might not look quote unquote how they're supposed to look. Children see things differently. They see things unfiltered, and then we teach children, actually, no, the heart's supposed to be red, the shirt's supposed to be black. And so we see things so differently when we're born. And this is just about coming back into the remembrance, not of just this lifetime, but of any time that your soul has existed. And when you birth a business, hi Angeline, hi Jessica. When you birth a business, when you decide I'm going to name this business, it actually becomes basically another entity, another energetic body. Like your business is a being. It is not just something that you name. It is this actual energetic extension of you that desires to serve you. And so today we are going to connect to that energetic body, that being that is your business. I want you to look at it in any way that feels most aligned to you. So for me, it would be essentially like a ninth dimensional energetic being that is my business that actually is tapped into exactly the grand design and desires to support me and support all humanity through me. You could look at it as your connection to God. God, you are connected to God. God said, yep, this is your purpose. This is what you already fulfilled, but here is your pathway to bring this to the world. Here are the transmissions I'm going to send down through you. You could call them awarenesses, downloads, channels, whatever aligns to you, right? But I want you to realize that when we have these quote unquote fears, which we'll probably go into in the next liberation session, a fear is literally saying, like, I'm afraid that this will happen, but I actually desire this. I, a person said to me recently, one time I was really close to like where I could have been on the street with my kids, right? I don't ever want to get back there. Well, every single person I've known that has had a story similar, I have had similar stories in my life. That's actually where my greatest gifts came from. And there was a man who I'm not going to go into the details of his story, but this man was very successful, all the things. He got a deep concussion. He, while he was in that process, his wife basically wrote up all these papers and essentially had him sign over everything to her when he was not in the right mental state. He ended up, and I've met this man. He ended up on the streets. Actually, some people in Africa, like the indigenous, took him in, and when they took him in, this is actually where he learned about his deepest gifts and his purpose. And he's creating incredible things in the world now. And he's actually bridging those energetic and divine gifts with his already knowledge that he had for, like, let's say tech and AI, bringing something divine into the world. He now will say he is so grateful that literally everything was stripped away because he would not be where he is today. And so, any of those fears we have, essentially, it's something that is saying this could be the worst thing that could happen, but really, anything that we deem the worst thing that could happen is simply saying that we don't believe there would be something on the other side of that. We don't believe that there would be a purpose for XYZ happening if it should choose to happen. Well, I don't believe any of you will end up on the street or any of that energy at all. If we look at life like everything is divinely orchestrated at every moment for us, it's impossible to fear because if everything is finally orchestrated, it's literally playing out exactly as it should. And we're the ones who will like kick and scream and grab and fight this resistance instead of going fully in towards what is available to us, right? And I've told you time and time again, I've had times in my business where I literally was like, I have no idea how I'm going to pay my bills the next month. Like I've lived that. I've been there. I've been the mom who my credit was so shot after my divorce. The only thing I could do was to get in a trailer and give them a double deposit to even get into a place to live. Okay. I understand those things. I have compassion for those things. And I also know that they're not excuses unless we make them excuses, right? They're actually the things that propel us to have that vision of, no, I get to change my life. And now I have people telling my daughter I must do OnlyFans because of my travel and my success. And I love it. I think it's hilarious. Um, I'm like, wow, that's more believable than the fact that I could have built this beautiful thing, right? Like, which is so funny to me. So, from that place, I want to tap us all into the energy that is our business. And so when we're doing this meditation, your whatever your business name is, that's what you're calling forward, right? You're calling forward the spirit of your business. And from that place, you're going to be able to receive clarity around things on your business. And also when you're feeling fear or not really knowing what you should do, I want you to realize that you are really in this partnership with an energetic being that you have birthed when you started your business. So, like, that is actually has a higher consciousness than you do, has a higher oversight than you do. Like, this is something that you would connect to maybe when you passed away and realize, like, oh, this has always been a part of me, but my awareness can't quite get there yet. So, trust that something is divinely guiding you in your business when you open yourself up to that. That goes far beyond what your consciousness could even perceive right now, right? Like, it is this beautiful divine co-creation of, I chose to birth this business to serve humanity. And from the highest good of humanity, I wholeheartedly believe that there is no failure. And also, like, I want you to ask yourself when any fear comes up around your business, literally, like, if it was that I'm going to be out on the street, I want you to ask yourself, like, okay, then what? And I want you to keep saying, okay, then what? Okay, then what? If this happened, okay, then what? And I want you to keep doing that until you diffuse the energy around it. Like for me, okay, I'm on the street. What would I do? I mean, I'd probably file for bankruptcy. Okay, then what? Well, then I would just keep going and keep moving. And I actually believe that it would teach me something and I'd have divine provision. And I probably would become a millionaire that year because I have mentors that filed bankruptcy and became millionaires the next year. Right? Like I literally will keep saying, and then what if this happened? And then what? And then what? And I realize that most of the time, my greatest fears, it's ego. It comes to what somebody else would think, what the outside perception would be, right? Like if I chose to live in a really small apartment because I would rather travel and serve people than get at this really nice place. I've looked at those options and then my ego's like, but this nice place. I'm like, yeah, but who is that for? Who really is that for? Right? And so, if your soul's mission is to truly impact lives, whether it's through writing or grant writing, right? You want to help businesses actually change the world, whether it is empowering women to transmute from verbal abuse or change their legacies or come back into wholeness with themselves, whether it is like me, who I desire to help entrepreneurs speak from a place of life into other people that they're serving, which in turn changes the world and get them well resourced so they're able to. All of that, all of the things that we are doing here really come from that place of highest service for all and for all humanity. And so the fear generally comes from it's not that can I help people? It's not am I capable? It's not do I have these gifts? It's not am I able to create this? Is not are there enough people in the world to serve? The fear usually comes from the ego is the ego of what would it look like to someone else if this didn't work out? What would it look like to someone else if this happened? Right? Like the truth is, some people who live in like the most simple lives are literally the most happy people in the entire world, in every country, right? Because they have gone beyond that. And unfortunately, in the United States, it is a very egoic place overall compared to a lot of other places, right? And so today, let's tap into that energy of your business. And I want you to let those messages come through. And this is really of why are you here in the first place, right? Your business, it's a choice every single day. You can choose to have somebody hire you and they can pay you and you can work for them. You can choose to start a business and XYZ, but the reason you're doing it is I get to. I get to do this. You don't have to. At any moment in time, you do not have to do this. But it's very important to actually know why you're doing it and then to look at on the higher level, you are the writer of the story and you are the player in the story. So if you're both, you could see things playing out and say, okay, I want to write a different story. How do I do this? Like, if I'm attracting clients who are constantly wanting me to overgive to them and like blowing me up, let's say, quote unquote, how did I write that into my story? And where is that a mirror to me of an energy of maybe like I actually tend to overgive and I call in those people, or I'm speaking to the people who like the burnout. If you're constantly speaking to somebody who's burnt out and anxious, you're going to attract burnout, anxious clients like you, right? So that's just how this game works. So anything that you see, it doesn't have to be a direct correlation. Like if somebody treats you a certain way, it doesn't necessarily mean like the exact tangible. So here's an example. I want to articulate this correctly. There is a woman who is a very sweet woman. When I do energetic work and serve people, I pour out from a very divine place of wholeness. It's not lack. I'm not doing it to heal myself. I am not doing it to fix myself. I'm doing it because I know the gifts I have can help people. And a lot of people come into these realms when we work with individuals on these type of levels. You can come into it from that place, or the other place is where people come into it because they want to fix themselves. They want to heal themselves. They want to be in better shape, so they're going to be a trainer. They want to like feel more whole, so they're going to help people feel more whole, right? Like there's like an ulterior motive, which isn't inherently bad. It's just the energy in which they're there. But like an energy worker, if they are in a place of like needing, when they put their hands on you, they're actually taking your energy versus helping. And so I had this incident with this really beautiful, she's a very beautiful, incredible woman. And I was deep in like an energetic meditation. Like I was really deep in it and I was calling in a lot of energy to do the work I was going to do. And out of nowhere, this woman like comes over, puts her hand on my head. And I instantly was like, and like felt like my energy just pull away. And I was like, what the F? Like I was I was in that moment, I was human and I was not thrilled. I was like, why would she do this? And then I asked myself, I said, okay, this woman has good intentions. She thinks that she's doing something helpful, but real in reality, she was like drawn to me to literally pull the energy that I had just like acquired, right? I did energy work for her later on. And we also had a conversation kind of around what I'm talking to you about now, not direct towards her, but like I was just broad spectrum having these conversations. And I'm saying this again because then the energy of which we do something matters far more than what we do. And so I looked at that situation. I said, well, how am I? Am I siphoning energy up from other people? And this is where that's coming up from. I was like, no, that's not it at all. And I had to like look at all the pieces. Was it a piece of me who kept over giving? And so I was allowing that energy to call somebody in who could take this from me, right? Like, and I could look at my past relationship and feel like I was constantly giving. And when I needed someone to show up for me, they weren't there, right? Like I could, so it's like a metaphor. It's not always the exact mirror of like, this person did this, so this must mean I'm doing this. It's really like the emotion behind that mirror. So my emotion when she did that was like, why would you pull me out of something that was so beautiful and take that? Like I was in a really, really divine place. And so being able to look at, oh, well, that's like what I've been navigating with telling people that I'm not ready for relationships, or what I was navigating leaving a prior relationship if they weren't there when I really needed them. It was just like this mirror of where I felt like people were like taking from me instead of just being able to show up and be in it with me. And I'm bringing that to the forefront when we tap in the energy of our business again, because it's very important to know, are we creating this business from service and overflow and like the knowing, or is there a piece of us that is mirroring something back of, I'm doing this to get, I'm doing this to get here, I'm doing this so that this is okay. And none of this is wrong. None of this is wrong, no matter where you're at, but it's very important to just be able to consciously look at that. And when you pour from the energy of overflow, it feels different. The people you attract different, the way you help people is different, the way that they shift is different. Like I put my hand on a woman's heart this last week and instantly released all of the energy was in her. She started bawling for like 15 minutes and like moved through all these things, right? From like one touch because it was pure love and overflow. I did not desire anything from her other than to be like, I know that my energy can help this woman right now, and I'm here to give this to her. Like from literally, like I couldn't even take on more love if I wanted to. I'm that full of love. So that's the energy I'm asking you to get into when we tap into your business. When you tap into your days where you're feeling sad or run down or maybe in fear, really ask yourself, what would love do? And tap into the energy of what it feels like when you are in that overflow of love. Like maybe someone just gave you the best hug ever. And in that moment, you felt like nobody could pour more love into you. Like you couldn't hold it, right? Like you just like start vomiting love because you're so full of the love in that moment, right? Like that feeling. So all of this is contextual for the people who watch it on recording, and that's why I brought all of this up is to really look at the energy of our business because there are so many people creating businesses in this world right now who are desiring to do good in the world. But it really is from that place of, okay, well, when I hit this next income goal, then I'll be enough. So I have to get this many people, right? I am telling you that you're broken and I can help you fix yourself, right? You're literally putting spells into the world and actually subconsciously teaching more people that they're broken, right? I get mad at people lovingly when somebody says I'm broken. I'm like, you're not broken. I don't know who told you you're broken. You've never been broken. You're not a broken thing that needs fixed. You're not something, but it's because that's a way that we have been taught to speak to people, essentially to help people. And really, it's like doing the exact opposite in the world. So, can you speak to an experience someone has had and how you can help them, but do it more from a place of you actually lack nothing. I'm just here to help bring more overflow into your life, right? More goodness, help you tap into this well that is already available to you. You might just have a story around it, right? Or an illusion around it. Or like when it comes to money, hypothetically, like right now in this moment, everyone in this room I know has a roof over their head, you have food in your belly. Like you probably have a lot more than a lot of people have, to be honest. But from that place, we can either say, here is my value, this is what I'm charging, this actually feels really good energetically to me, and do it knowing that the more resource you get, the more you actually will pour into the world and pour into yourself and blah, 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 blah. Or you do it based on, well, I have to charge this so that I can do this, so that this does this, so that like, and if that, and that does not feel good when you say it like that, right? There's a completely different energetic body behind it. Like, I don't even reach out to somebody to support me without knowing it's probably a minimum four-figure a month investment. Like, I have no doubt, right? I just know that. And if somebody was to tell me, oh, it's $100, I would honestly be like, this person can't be who I think they are, right? Like, I would question them. And that's also the adverse effect of depending on the person or the type of human you want to work with. People who are already in that mindset state of like energetic flow and investment, they expect that you're an investment, right? It's not a question, it's not a convincing. And really, the evolution of business, it is energy. Like you have this money, but that's not what people are looking for. We're exchanging the money literally to tap into your energetic codes, right? The ones that I have tapped into for myself around wealth or love or past lives or business. When you sign an energetic contract with me, I see it time and time and again. Things start coming up to the surface for you and questions and thoughts, and like it naturally flows. Did I actually do anything when you signed that contract other than knowing it's an energetic contract to a container that's going to tap you into those codes? That's all I have to do. And of course, I support you in the ways that I obviously promise I will support you. But we make things much more difficult than they are. When it is an energetic agreement, it truly is. You sign this, the energetic exchange goes in, you have access to all of the things that I know now. Energetically, if you open up yourself to receive that, that is the feminine, that is the 5D, that goes beyond the density of XYZ and really like, oh, I can feel this from this person. I can hear these things. These awarenesses are coming forward. Like that's really what the new evolution of business is realizing it actually is an energetic exchange of us being able to tap into each other's experiences. And that's also why when you put yourself in a room with women, they're like, get in the room, get in the room. It's not necessarily about, I'm going to get in the room so I look cool with all these like high level business people. It's like you get in the room because all of a sudden you're getting all this knowledge and all of these things dropping into your own awareness that you can like collapse a bunch of time with, right? That's the whole get in the room aspect. who we surround ourselves with a lot of times dictates our reality and the frequency in which we're living in our reality. So, bringing all of these pieces that I've talked to you about at the beginning of the session together today, I want you to tap into your business. Really ask your business what wants to be spoken through it, right? Really, what wants to be spoken through it. Like, I wholeheartedly know I am here to breed a whole nother evolution of entrepreneurs that do things differently, that even by the way they speak, they're impacting the world through their voice in like a wholeness way, right? Every single one of you women, obviously included in that. And I never see that done anywhere. It's always do this to get to this, do this to get to here, right? I've done the six-figure launches, I've done the things. And while I desire to achieve more, I don't want to live in that place of, here's what I did, so you're going to do it too. It's like, no, it can literally be so easy when you're all that you are, right? Like your codes, your ways, what you desire to do is not my way, but I just get to help you tap into the way that feels most aligned and authentic to you. And then you show up fully without fear of what people are going to think, without shrinking yourself, without pushing people away, without dimming your light, without, I don't know, being less sexy so people don't say you're doing OnlyFans. I don't know what the thing is. The point is, all of you is this whole entity of your business, and it does not have to make sense because I know that you've been there where all of a sudden you gravitated towards somebody you had no idea why, you might not have even known how you found them, and all of a sudden maybe you're in this room, right? All of a sudden you're having these conversations. I'm going to a pilgrimage in France that I wanted to go to for Mary Magdalene, and I literally found her because she popped up on my Facebook. She had the same name as me. I liked her energy, clicked on her, and she just opened the pilgrimage that I had been looking to go to, that I hadn't found one that aligned, right? Like that happened through frequency and energy. This woman did nothing. She just existed. So that's the place I want you to run business from is I don't have to do anything. I purely have to exist in the highest vibrational state that at any moment in time I'm able to exist from and trust that that is enough. And we will, and you can tell, I guarantee it, when your energy is hiding. I can tell when my energy is hiding and goes within. I have been like the last week of doing all of the things I'm navigating internally, and I can tell. I can tell by my metrics. I can tell by all of the things that like I have energetically been pushing things away. And I understand it, right? But now I'm like, okay, you need to like shift that so you can be more open. But being aware of that is an important thing because we can say we have a slow season, but sometimes that slow season is because we energetically are pushing things away because we're doing things behind the scenes, right? And none of that is wrong either. So, all right, let's drop into a meditation. And I want you to connect and we can go deeper into this practice, but I just want you to be able to connect with this being that is your business. So take a really, really deep, nourishing breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. I don't want you to pause your breaths. I just want them to be as nourishing in, nourishing out. With every breath that you release, I want you to release noise, sound, frequency, some sort of noise that just wants to come through you. And as you continue to breathe, just bring your awareness to your body, the energy that is flowing through you from your crown all the way to your feet. Be aware of where things feel like they're flowing and maybe where things feel like they're a little more dense. And if you locate the areas of more denseness, I want you to breathe that air directly into that area. Imagine that divine light encompassing it, unraveling it, unwinding it, and letting it flow through you. Being aware that you are 99% energy. As you continue to drop into your body, I want you to envision yourself getting into an orb. So you're sitting in a glowing orb right now, surrounding you, protecting you in this divine glowing light. And this orb is going to take you up to the consciousness of your business. As you are doing that, I want you to name your business in your mind's eye. You're welcome to say it out loud, but really connecting to the spirit that is your business that wants to come through in this lifetime. And with every breath, envision that orb getting brighter and brighter. You can feel the warmth, you can feel the protection. Now I want you to envision the orb turning to the right, slowly swirling, allowing your body to stay safely here and your energetic body to go up and connect to the consciousness of your business. With every breath, it spins a little faster. You want to speed up your breath a little bit so that it can take you up, 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 following this golden thread all the way up into the consciousness that is your business. Breathing in, out, in, out, in, out. Envisioning that golden thread taking you all the way up into the ether where only energy and frequency and color exists. And once you feel that you have arrived, just know that your body is still here, but your energetic body is in the ether right now with your business, with the consciousness of your business. I want you to envision anything moving towards you that you can feel. Maybe it's a color, a sound, something that looks familiar but different than the surroundings. When you feel your connection to that, I want you to ask that energy, the color, what you're perceiving, if it is your business, and call your business by name. If it is, beautiful. If not, allow yourself to be open to anything else that wants to come through. And just continue to ask those energetic beings if it is your business until you come to the one that is intertwined with the name of your business and with you. And allow yourself to celebrate that you have birthed this business, this divine energy that is made to impact the world through you, and this being that is here to help you consciously create that business. Now, I want you to ask your business, what, for the highest good of humanity and myself, is this business here to bring to the world? Allow yourself to receive whatever message comes through. Once you've got that answer, ask your business how you can be the vessel to bring that into reality, and what are the steps that you are being called to take. I want you to ask the energy of your business, is there anything right now that I need to know? And before we come back, allow any question or thought or feeling to come through you and have that conversation with the energy body of your business right now. Whenever you're ready, I want you to thank this divine energetic being that is here, has come forward because you birthed this business, for the support, and allow yourself to be open to clarity, messages, and awareness at any time from this connection. And the final question I want you to ask is, with everything that you know and can sense about me, this business, and the impact it will bring to my legacy and humanity, is there something I should be focusing on right now? And can you give me the guidance to bring that into fruition? When you're ready, I want you to say goodbye for now. Imagine yourself in that orb, circling to the right, coming back down that golden tendril into the space that you are in now, grounding back into your body, into the earth, into this room. And when you are ready, you're welcome to open your eyes. If there's something that came through that you want to write down, please feel free to do so. With the remembrance, you can contact this entity at any time. I'll give you a couple minutes to write things down should you desire to. And then I will open up this space for anything that came through that you would like to share.
So I'll share.
Okay.
Um, but if
Mm.
you watch the replay, you'll know I opened my eyes a couple of times, but I went back into the place. Um, but a couple of things kind of um, came through. The were a lot of colors. Um, one, there were a lot of colors.
Mm.
Um, two, the same message. So the same message that I have been receiving, that I have been resisting, probably most likely the same message.
Okay.
And then I wrote down two other things. So one was, yes, this is what you were made for, to be who you are. I think there were a bunch of like ending phrases to that, but just a solid yes.
Mm.
And then I had the most interesting experience in the highest level, circling to the all the colors, but what I was wearing.
Mm.
So I'm gonna sit with that a little bit because it is not at all. But I probably don't even own it. Like, I
Okay.
don't own the color. I don't own what it looks like. I don't own anything like that. So I don't know what that means, but it was there.
Well, your
I
business.
was in it.
Yes, you were in it in your business.
Yes.
Generally, it will try to separate itself so that you can see that, like, okay, this is something different, right? Like where you can sense it. And so if you're like, I don't own these colors, I don't like that, was just trying to show you like you're actually connected, right? This is different.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mm, beautiful. Was there any specific message that came through that you want to put out there, or do you just want to sit with it all for now?
But I need to relieve, I need to lean in, and I need to trust. Those are the words that really hung in that, in the, I want to say it was almost like, it was almost like they were in the orb, but not quite. Like maybe just sitting within, I don't know how to explain it. The- That's going to sound weird, but the membrane of the orb that I was within, like, mhm.
Mm. And trust
I'm
me,
only holding myself back. I think that's the message I'm getting. Like, I am holding myself back. But
it's a beautiful message. And I would like to say
yeah.
this, nothing ever sounds weird to me.
Okay, good.
So, you know.
Yep, good.
Mm.
Um, yeah.
Mm.
Oh,
Well,
and I did ask myself if I was going to be okay. I think that is definitely a fear that I have. Just, some of my past experiences, like, am I? And it was just a solid, yeah, probably more like a fuck yeah in my head, because you know me.
fuck yes.
So, fuck yes, I'm going to be fine.
Mhm.
So,
Mm. Well, I just want to remind you, you can use this exercise at any time. Like if you want to go back and have
yeah.
more conversations. You are the player and the game, right? You get to be your human self. You also are this divine connection to God or source or, whatever, however you speak to that. So you can play in both realms, right? We have the human experiences and the human feelings, but then also you can go into the God realm where you're like, okay, but if I am connected to God and this is all divinely orchestrated, then actually how fun can this be? Right? So you can
Mhm.
play with like those different energies of humaning and godding is what people will refer it to. Yeah. Mhm. Hmm. So good. Angeline, I see your beautiful face.
Yes. Okay. So what I saw was flowers,
Oh,
colorful flowers, like s- colorful flowers on my patio. That's
okay.
something. Yeah.
Hmm.
On my patio, small house in Greece.
Hmm.
that European feel, like the blue and the
Mhm.
by the sea and just feeling very calm. And and I know for me that is what I'm actually working on. So, because when you talk about the US, it's very chaotic here,
Mhm.
very chaotic. It's like when I was in Greece in Santorini, I just want to share this story. I just felt calm. Like every morning I would wake up super early just to watch the sunrise. I would go out on the porch at the villa that we stayed and just do a video, and just like take it all in. Just like it was just so calming and relaxing, operating my business from a spirit of rest instead of chaos. So, um, and I know for me, God has called me to build my legacy and to create impact, um, for women. So that's what I saw. That's exactly what I saw when you were doing the meditation. I was feeling it, and not resisting, just going with the flow.
Mhm.
Just say, girl, you're going to do this.
Well, from everything I know about you and what you're speaking to and the impact you have on women, it is very much teaching them how to shift from chaos being comfort, because that's what you're programmed in those scenarios that you speak to actually find comfort in the flow, in the peacefulness, and almost normalizing that this is actually a good thing because women in those scenarios create their own chaos because that's what felt safe, right? And so your mission is to help women actually create peacefulness in peace and realize that like they truly don't desire chaos anymore, and that's a big journey, right? Like I
Sure
desire
it is. It's a
chaos.
huge journey.
Mhm.
Eliminating the what ifs,
Mhm.
eliminating the what ifs, because that will keep you stuck.
Mhm. Yeah. And how good does it actually get to feel when you're in flow and peaceful? And like when you talk about Greece, I think about even like the dinners in Italy when we'd have it was like four
Mhm.
hours where we're
I know,
communing,
that's
and
the
it's,
same thing.
ah, it that's what it's supposed to be, right? You don't think about
That's
the
what
time
life
in
is
the rest.
supposed to be, not this chaotic go out for breakfast and you're finished in an hour.
Mhm.
Even when I go out for brunch on Sundays, like here, oh, the waitress knows that I'm not in a rush to leave. So I sit there for an hour and a half outside. Just,
Yeah.
yeah, she's okay with it. She said, just
Yeah.
chill.
Yeah, people are in the US specifically are always in a hurry to get somewhere. They're in a hurry to get to work, to get home to watch Netflix, to sit on their couch, to hurry to bed, to hurry. Like it's just
Right. We're in a hurry for nothing. That's what I say. We're in a hurry to do nothing.
mm,
Like in Europe, you go out to lunch, expect to be out for at least 2 hours.
yeah.
Dinner's different because it's like Italy, 4 hours.
Yep.
And expect to do some Greek dancing too. So just be prepared.
Oh, that sounds like a blast.
So that's how I envision my life.
Yeah.
And I'm working on it. So,
Yeah.
and not resisting, just going with the flow, because I know that God is orchestrating a plan, a new plan for me.
Mhm.
So, and I know that here, living here, while I do like the surroundings, it's the energy behind it. And I was actually talking about this to the lifestyle coordinator this morning before I got here. It's the energy here. It's like there's a lot of older people here. I have nothing against older people. I think they're great,
Mhm.
but it's the energy, I think. It's a fixed mindset.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
I belong in a different place now. So
Yeah. Yes.
shifting, it's a shift.
Mhm. And that's part of you being all that you are, and that's where your spirit is calling and the way of life.
Okay.
And the more you are that, the more you just bring people into that frequency with you of that flow and peace. And I love all of that. So,
Thank you.
mhm. Well, Jessica and Laura, I know that I haven't seen you hop off the screen. So if there is anything that you want to hop off and bring forward that came through, you are welcome to, or if you are both, you know, in your process, of course, you can use the Telegram channel as well. Just want to give you space to do so. And the one question that I will ask you to continue to ask the energy of your business this week really is what wants to be spoken through me. Like, what is that message that wants to be spoken through me? And it does not have to make sense. This is the part I don't want you to logic it. If something comes through for you that you're like, I just need to speak to this, don't logic it. Don't feel like, does this completely tie into my business? Don't, like, if something wants to be spoken through you, allow yourself to just speak it without logicking it to death. Jessica. Yes, the replay will be uploaded into the resources. It says the Liberation calls. I will have that uploaded as soon as we get off the call, Jessica. Yes, no problem. Laura, you got something before we hop off? I see your face.
I kind of missed some of it. I was distracted, so I didn't really get to do the sit through anything and ask questions, but something to work on. But there's been a lot going on, you know, so I'll have to sit through it. There was some stuff that actually kind of was talking to myself this morning about I don't even know how to describe it, like taking almost like a step back a little bit from some of this stuff that's going on. I mean, I've got a new job starting here in a couple of weeks. It's official. So, you know, the real estate stuff is going, and there was almost this pull of like the Modwella thing. I don't know how to describe it, almost to like not dissolve it, but almost like need to step away
Okay.
a little bit from it. And then almost like a kind of sit with that and restart. I don't know how to describe it. It was like almost like there was to almost just like take a step back and take a break from some stuff. Like there's just too many things going on. So I don't know. It was kind of an odd, so kind of have to sit with that.
Okay. Well, what comes through for me when you say that is you have been constantly doing. When I say constantly doing, it's like, what else do I need to figure out? What else can I do? How else can I do this? Instead of realizing, like, sometimes you just need to be and allow and receive. And when we're so focused on the doing, we have like this like pinpoint view of what we're focused on. And when we release that I have to do all these things and just show up fully every day, you're opening your vision to like what's actually out there versus like this is the only pathway. And so I believe that that's a profound message for you to give yourself some grace to just actually be for a little while.
Yeah. Yeah. It was an interesting like conversation I was having with myself. Like it'd be okay to like, I want to almost just, you know, I accepted this new job in the cardiology department at Billings Clinic. And I almost just wanted, like, I was like, can I just enjoy that? Can I just go back to just being, just be a nurse, learn this will be something new, and I'll learn all kinds of brand new things. Obviously, the real estate thing is not going away. So, but can I just focus on the new job and not be so like searching for the next thing? Like that's what I feel like I keep trying is like finding the next thing that's going to make me. So I'm like, can I just focus on what's in the next couple weeks? This new job. Obviously, the real estate thing is not going away. We have the short-term rental. So like, yeah, I don't know. It was kind of a weird, I don't know how to describe it, but it was like, it was okay to like if I needed to let Modwalla go, like let it go. Like the modern wellness piece of it's not going away. So whether that needs it pivot, you know, take a break from it and pivot with it at some point, yeah, it'll be okay.
It will be okay. And
Yeah.
I believe you need to hear this. you stopping or pivoting or releasing does not make you a failure to make
Mhm.
those choices. And I know you're someone who wants to hold on and do all the things because of that error. So I just want to reconfirm releasing something does not make you a failure. Actually, it makes you more successful and more empowered than ever when you release things that you clearly know you need to just release. Like that's the opposite of failure. Mhm. Proud of you.
Thank you.
It's going to be okay. You're provided for. You have all the things. You have your rental already up and going. You're looking at another one. Like, look at all of the beauty that has come into your life, right? Like, you're good. Just let yourself be good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of where I felt like it's okay. I've done a lot, and I felt like I keep like trying to like do all these things to fill. I'm not sure what I'm trying to fill, but I don't need it.
There it is.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just enjoy like, yeah, I'm looking like I want to just enjoy the new job. Like,
Mhm.
yeah.
That was the last activation I recorded, whenever that was. I don't know days or times or anything. I think it was yesterday. Uh, but when I said like, so if you already have it all, like you're in your purpose, you're whole, what now? Like that literally is that energy of where you're like, wait a minute. And it can feel almost scary because you're like, well, what now? If I have everything truly, like I'm good, what now? And then it actually really illuminates where we have been still trying to create and do things to like fill something. And
Yeah.
once, yeah, then you're like, wait a minute, what now? Nothing,
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was an odd, yeah, I don't know. It was, I don't even, I was like, how do, if I jump on this call today, I'm like, I don't know how to describe this, but yeah, I was like, I keep grabbing at things to fill something that I don't know what it is.
Mhm.
And yeah, and I'm like, it would be okay to let Maduela go for a little bit. It's not like I'm dissolving I don't need to get rid of the LL, the modern wellness piece. I just need to change it, hold on to it, and just see what happens.
And maybe letting it go is what opens the door for you to actually do it yourself, because right now you're still tied to a working for someone model. And I know that you desire to not. And so sometimes it is releasing that first and then being like, okay, if this isn't dictating how I do this, like how would I really do this?
Yeah.
I'm proud of you. These are all very great, beautiful awarenesses that are coming forward.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. Your angels and spirit guides are so happy right now and they're cheering.
Good. Good. Yeah, they have been crazy busy.
Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes it does not feel good. Like, how do I put it? Something that's come forward for me a lot lately is the more these incredible things come into my life, the more the exact opposite emotion I would expect comes through, per se. Like having somebody who wants to provide me with all of the most beautiful things in the world, who's incredible, and me being like, I'm not ready to commit to something. And that's very true. I'm not ready. And then feeling like all these emotions of sadness about all of these other things. And it's so interesting because the more beautiful things get in my life, the more that I experience the exact polar opposite of the emotion that I would think would come through, and not making that wrong. Not making it wrong. I'm like, I'm actually really sad right now because I've been really sad. And I'm like, this is coming from this and this, and that's okay. Like, that doesn't have to be wrong. Like, we're told we're supposed to feel a certain way in correlation to X. And so when we start realizing that we can make like sadness can happen when the most beautiful things are happening and not make that wrong, that's actually when we stop feeling like we need to fill some void because we're not feeling the emotion that we're taught is supposed to be attached to the thing, right? And so whatever's coming forward for you now, I'm just honoring that you're allowing those feelings and that awareness is, and not making yourself wrong for the not knowing or the surrendering or the releasing. And like giving yourself as much spaciousness and as much grace as you need and advocating for what you actually need and not doing it because something outside of you is saying that you have to be doing this thing.
Right. It was interesting. Yeah, like I said, it was interesting conversation with myself this morning. So, yeah. Hold on, buddy, hold on. Give me 2 seconds.
Oh, well, so I will save this recording and it will be uploaded to the Liberation sessions right away and also drop it in the main channel. So feel free to come back and do this activation as much as you want to and to tap into that and let like what comes through. And if you can ask specific questions, this does not have to be what I told you to ask, right? So if you were tapping into the frequency of your business, you're having a conversation with the energy that you birthed in this business. Allow yourself to ask whatever questions come forward and you can have that conversation. And if you're and you don't have to be a writer to do this, but if you are in like that meditative state, you can actually do essentially what's called channeled writing. And you literally just open yourself up to receive and you just start writing. And if you struggle with it, you can start asking questions first to yourself, like, what am I doing here? What is this purpose? Like you can start it off, but the deeper that you get into a meditative state and connect to your business, you will start being able to literally channel right where things are just coming to you from your subconscious or an angel or whatever you were connected to. Like you will be able to literally, like, I wrote a whole page of channeled writing this week, and all of it kept coming down to like oneness and wholeness and without separation and like everything and nothing. And I wrote this whole page and then I flipped the page, felt like I had a bunch to write. The only thing that came through was fear not. And then it stopped. The channel dropped. Nothing else was coming through. It was just empty. So I sat with that for like quite like 20 minutes. And while I was doing this really deep energetic work and these activations that were really intense, that had been bringing up a lot of fear prior that this last week, as soon as that happened, it was whenever I'd start to get that heightened fear during the work that I was doing, that fear not would come in and it would just level it out and I was able to find peace. It's like if all of this is me and I'm not separate from any of it, then why am I afraid of it? Why am I afraid of what I'm going to tap into? Why am I afraid of what I'm going to see? Like, and I was tapping into all sorts of timelines and things, and it was insane. And I say insane because it's not what we're normally taught is reality. But that fear not that came through that wasn't me brought me peace the rest of the week. Right. And sometimes that like we need to hear that somewhere else other than like our 5% of consciousness, right? That we're actually like speaking from. So allow yourself to just be that vessel, that channel to what wants to come through. And like that channeled writing could be really helpful too, because then you're not doing and you're not trying to brain and logic it. You're just meditating and clearing your mind as much as possible. And then you just start writing and see literally what comes through. Like whatever words, phrases, sentences, like just start writing and you'll get what you need, whatever that is. And I love that you're hiding in the bathroom. Mom life. All right, ladies, I'm going to drop this recording as soon as it's uploaded and have a happy if you celebrate Thanksgiving or you're just celebrating being thankful to be alive. I hope that you enjoy the next couple days. Okay. Love you.
You
You
too.
all. Bye.
Bye.